Okay, so you're just going to take about 10 inches for the tail. You're going to make a slip knot. And pull it tight. So now you have your tail right here, and you're going to leave that hanging. Or hold on to it. So you have your loop. You want it to be kind of loose, so I can get my 2 fingers through it, just in super comfortable. It's not tight at all. And then I just go and push that yarn through. That's loop 1, 2, 3. This yarn is not quite as easy to work with as the green yarn that you have, Mom. It's for some reason a little more not soft, a little more grippy. Don't know what to say. Anyway, 1, 2, 3, 4. This is 5. We're gonna make one with 8, 6, 7, 8. So now I have my 8 loops, or my 8 chains, and here's my original tail. So I'm going to take that tail and make sure all the chains are flat. I'm sorry about my camera. I'm using my phone on this spare plant stand that I have, because I don't have a regular set. So anyway, keep your fingers in between or inside that last loop you made. Pull your tail through that loop. So you have this little round. And you're going to tighten that from your working yarn, not your tail. You're going to pull on your working yarn to tighten it around the tail to attach it to that loop. If that makes any sense. So you have this. Now you're going to leave the tail hang down. Okay? I'm going to flip this over like this. And with your working yarn, oops, not the tail, you're going to go from actually I'm upside down. Tail goes this way. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So you're going to take the top of the first chain right here. And you're going to feed from the inside of your circle. You're going to feed the working yarn through that first chain, the top of it. So you have another loop, the same size as the chains you made. And you're going to hold on to that with one finger while you go to the next top of the chain, top stitch. And you're going to push that through to make another loop. So now you have 2 loops. We made 8 chains, we want 8 loops. So go all the way around. Hold on, I gotta get my yarn untangled. Okay. So now just go all the way around. I have 2. This is 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, so now I have my 8. It's not going to look like much yet, but I have my 8 loops going all the way around. Now Your tail serves as your marker to your rows. This was the first row. Now we're going to make a second row. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and oops, my tail got in the way. 8. Okay, that's second row. I'm going to go, and this is what it's looking like. You have it flattened out. Here's your original round. Put that out of the way. Here's your original round. And then if you just pulled all your stitches to really face up.
No outlet, no problem. Choose a better, faster, longer-lasting PC powered by Snapdragon.
So now we're going to continue. So we need to make at least 4 more rows. This is going to be row 3. Unfortunately, my yarn keeps getting tangled. Sorry. So this is a long video, but you can just do this along with me since I'm going so slow.
Oh my, you smell like a distillery, Daniel.
You solve other people's problems.
And Ron is watching the football game in the background, so in case you hear that going on, there's a commercial on right now though. Okay, where's my tail? Okay, so I just finished row 3. We keep going.
Here in Arizona, let me draw your attention to the Cardinals uniforms. Tonight's the debut of the NFL's new rivalries uniforms, and over the next 4 seasons, each team will get the opportunity to wear a unique uniform reflective of their history and community against a division rival. Can you see Arizona's inspiration here, guys? The colors of the desert,
Okay.
as if they got caught up in a sandstorm. The Seahawks will show theirs
My
off to
tail
us
keeps
over
slipping
there
up there.
in 2016.
Okay, so there is. Let me make sure here. No, that one was still needing a loop. There. Now that's the end, I think.
If he finishes on that play, he's probably able to, because of the effort by Milton, 16, he's probably, if he hustles here, not give up on it, right? Here, keep coming, keep coming.
Yeah.
Now you can get there.
Okay, so we're starting to get there. We're almost there. I think 3 more rows will be good. And you want to make sure that you're bringing these loops next to each other as you go into them so that your work is staying together. So you're not getting a lot of length of yarn in between each stitch or each not row, but each column of stitches. So if I did this, and I pulled this, my working yarn, way over here to do this next stitch, then you see all this extra, and it'll confuse me as I go around. Not only will it make my whole thing bigger at the top rather than at the bottom, or I mean different from the bottom, but it will confuse me and make me add stitches to my 8 stitch row. So instead of doing it like that, you make sure that the stitch it's supposed to be next to is right there, and then you push that through. And I'm just going to keep going around till I've got enough rows.
So next week we're going to stay in the NFC West. We're going over to LA, SoFi Stadium.
That's a really cool thing about this, is that you don't have to like stop, add a stitch, turn your work. You're just working around like this. You just keep going until you meet up with your tail and you think you've got enough body for your pumpkin. Okay, hold on, where's my tail at? My tail is here. So it's over a few more there.
You don't have a lot of time as a quarterback because they're only rushing 4. They don't have to blitz. They're able to play zone. The windows are taken away, and then the pressure gets made.
Second and 17. The stop at the 36-yard line. They have a timeout.
This is the last one right here.
The Blues will rain down.
I think my working yarn keeps getting in my way. Okay, where's my tail? My tail, oh, I went too far. See, here's my tail, so that means my row ended right here. And it's gonna get, I think I'm gonna take those last, what was that, 2? 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna take those last, oh no, it's right there. Okay, so it's where it's supposed to be. No, it's not. This one comes out, this one comes out. Okay, so 2. I'm gonna take those 2 out. 1, 2. Okay, there. Now they all, yeah. Now they're all the same. Okay, so now that I'm done making it as big, as tall as I want it to be, I could make it taller, but I'm going to stop there for now and turn it over to the bottom. So you see our hole right here from the bottom row. We're going to take this tail and we're going to work from the outside going in. So you're going to find, here's the, where the tail is attached. We're going to find that next stitch right here. We're going to feed it through, not make a loop. We're going to feed it all the way through. So what you're doing right now is you're making a drawstring closure,
Two-man rush. Now you got
just like on a garbage bag. And then this is your pumpkin. Pulling it through. And as you go, you might squeeze those down. If you got the softer yarn, it doesn't matter so much because that softer yarn slides on itself pretty easily. But this particular yarn I have, this orange, burnt orange color, for some reason is really grippy and not as soft. Not silky, I should say. It's soft. It's not silky. Okay, so this is the next one. And then just keep pulling it closed. You can see my hole is getting smaller. And I think that was the last one. So now I'm just going to pull this drawstring. You don't want to pull too terribly hard because it does break, even though it's thicker yarn. And yeah, I'll tell you, this orange is so grippy.
And here's a free jersey you might sell from Uber Eats right now. See how that works? When football makes you
I'm
hungry,
just gonna
get deals all season long on Uber Eats.
Okay.
When you're ready to begin treatment for chronic lymphocytic leukemia, CalPoints helps you do the fighting. And you can do the exploring. You can do the splashing, the sightseeing, and the playing. CalPoints is an oral targeted therapy for CLL. More patients begin with CalPoints than any treatment of its kind. And CalPoints is proven to work better than chemoimmunotherapy in patients with previously untreated CLL. CalPoints
Oh, now we're
has
getting
serious side
smaller.
effects which may lead to death. This includes serious infections, bleeding problems that may increase with blood thinners, decreased blood counts, new cancers to other organs, including skin
So
cancers.
I think we're going to go through a couple more stitches since this does not want to pull.
Blood and stool urea, fat Ask for a
You
regular
go ahead
headache,
and
dizziness,
stitch up a
cramping,
couple
chest
more.
discomfort, shortness of breath, stomach pain, dark urine, or yellowing skin.
One,
These are not all the possible side effects. Use sun protection.
two.
Calpoints may harm an unborn
Might be all I
baby.
need to do.
Calpoints helps you do the fighting, and you can focus on the things you're loving. Ask your doctor if Calpoints is right for you.
Okay. No, there's still a hole there. Okay. One more time.
Ridden 54 miles.
Okay, that's better. So I've got this little bit of a hole. Now yours, if you're using the silkier kind, which I wish I were right now,
Being an NFL player
then
demands
just
knowledge,
get it as tight as you can without breaking it,
protecting you
without
demands
breaking
the
that tail
most
off.
cutting-edge helmet technology.
And then you're gonna
NFL drives innovation
take your
through
tail
testing, data,
and you're gonna push it
collaboration
through that
with
hole
manufacturers.
that you've tried to close up.
Position-specific models tailored to player roles.
And just
And
pull it all the way through.
Custom fits to enhance protection and performance, leading to last season having the lowest number of
You can
concussions
see it
on
right
record.
here.
Before any
That's my
helmet
working
goes off,
yarn.
Safety goes in.
And here's that tail. I'm just gonna tie it off. Down here close to the bottom. We're just going to put it down in the bottom. We don't need to cut it or anything. Now we have our pumpkin. Okay, now wait, I gotta go. Okay, so I just went and got my shopping bag. These are our Dollar General bags. I'm just going to start stuffing them down inside there. I try not to have them all crumpled up first, and then I just softly crumple them. So they'll be kind of softer, yet still will give a form to my pumpkin. This is bag 4. And you see how our pumpkin is starting to get some body now. Okay, so I'm going to add another one, but not yet, because it'll just start popping out the top. So now I'm going to take my working yarn, and I need to cut a 10-inch tail. And I don't have my scissors, so now I gotta go get them real quick. Okay, so got my scissors. Alright, so now we want about 10 inches. That's about 3, 4. I'd say right about there would be good. Okay, so now we have our tail. That is actually a little longer than 10 inches, but that's alright. Now, the opposite of what we did on the bottom, we went from the outside in. We're going to go from the inside out. So starting from where your last loop was made, right here. You can put your pinky through that to make sure you don't lose that last loop if you want. And then take your working yarn and go from the inside, just like if you were going to make a loop, but you're going to pull it all the way through. Then you go to the next loop, go back inside, pull it to the outside. Go to the next one, your loop should be fine. So I took my pinky out from the inside to the outside. That's 3.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like getting the
And
certainty of this
next
delivery.
one,
This thing will
4.
make a push in January.
You should have 8 of
Getting
these.
that delivery.
What do you think, Johnny?
There's
How do you
5.
know what you need?
You're wearing a name tag.
Oh, yeah.
6,
Choose second row.
7,
So don't settle for just any insurance.
and
When there's State
8.
Farm.
Like a good neighbor.
The last one. So now we have You see how the top of our pumpkin is starting to close up already. We're going to pull it tight, but not yet. You pull it tighter so stuff doesn't pop out. But I still want to put one more bag in there. Make it a little bit more full. Now, of course, you can use polyfill, which was how I made my first pumpkin. My first set of pumpkins. I used polyfill on all of them. But I found that the shopping bags work actually a little bit better. They're still soft, but they're a little bit more solid. And it's a really great way to use up all your shopping bags you're probably collecting if you're like me. All right, so now we're going to close this top. Just pull our thread or our yarn gently, but yet I use my whole hand to hold on to this so that I can feel that it's moving. Because if it's not moving, you want to stop and figure out why. Because you don't want to tug on this too hard to break it. All right, so we have a little bit of a hole here. Pull one more time. Our hole's now closed up. So I'm going to tie it off. We had a football game tonight. Jacob's middle school team had a game against Vigo County. Unfortunately, they won. We didn't. We lost. Vigo County won. But it was a hard win for them because we had first score, and our defense was playing tough. Our defense was playing so good. And they have a really good quarterback on their team and a really good receiver. So they make a great team, and they were doing well, but the other team just did a little bit better. So I just tied it off, and I'm pushing this down through the middle so that it's hidden. And it gives the pumpkin a little bit more fluff. Okay, so I have that all closed up. That's the top. And that's the bottom. And so you just squish it around a little bit, make it the shape you want it to be. And you have a pumpkin. And then you can use sticks, cinnamon sticks, sticks you find in the yard, and just poke them down inside of there. Leaves, whatever, until you have one that's like this. This is a tinier one. This one was made with 5 chains. This one, a little one like I made for Doris. So I've got cinnamon stick, some berries, some, I don't know, field stuff. I don't know what that is. And of course some ribbon. And I don't know how to do ribbons very well, so I cheat and I just cut off a section of ribbon, make 2 loops to lay it down on itself, and then I use a pipe cleaner to close it together, twist it in the back, and that gives you a stick to use. There you can see it gives you something to use to stick down into your pumpkin to hold it. So that's one of them. And here's another one that is about the same size as the one we just made. But it's white, well, off-white cream. And so, there you go, Mom. I hope you had fun making a pumpkin with me. I hope you did actually make the pumpkin with me and not just sit and watch me. But I would decorate it too with you, but I don't have my decorating stuff over here. And I'm tired. And tomorrow is penalty assessment day, because today was due day. So, not a fun day tomorrow. I have to add more money to everybody's bills that didn't pay on time. and listen to them complain when they call and say, why is my bill so much more? So anyway, I love you all, and I hope you have a great weekend. We have Cloverween here this weekend. It's our fall festival, our town fall festival that we have at the high school in the parking lot. They have vendors and live music and food trucks, and we've gone every year that we've lived here, so I can't imagine we won't go this Saturday. But I love you all, and I hope that you have a great weekend.